From the beautiful campus of Casper College, it's the T-Birds Coaches Show, bringing you game breakdowns, expert analysis, and exclusive interviews. Here's your host, Tom Myler.
Hello, T-Bird fans, and welcome to, of course, another fantastic Coaches Show, because, of course, here we have Coach Ammon Bennett here with us, who is the women's head coach of the women's soccer team. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks. Good to be here.
We love having you. It's always a good time.
Appreciate it.
We just have a blast, talk about soccer. What better things to do at, 10:30 on a Wednesday morning? Nothing really.
Roll out of bed, come in here, right?
Exactly. That's what we love. We love soccer. We eat, breathe, and love soccer. All right. And since we love soccer so much, let's get talking about soccer. So we've had a little bye week, and we'll talk about that here, with our number one seed, Mr. kind of big deal, and has a kind of a big deal team. But let's talk about that last week of the final season, of the regular season. You played NJC and Lamar, both 3-0. I feel like you did very well. Also had some records broken for the team, which is awesome, and we'll talk about that. Let's start with NJC, the good, the bad, and what you saw could be improved.
Yeah, anytime you're on the road, there's always a challenge. It's you're sleeping in a hotel, probably have a teammate in the bed with you. So how good do you sleep? That type of stuff. And we weren't sure what NJC's approach was going to be. Were they done? Because I think the year was over for them. There wasn't any postseason. They were one of the top 6 teams. What was their approach going to be? And we told the team, hey, listen, this is their region championship game. They're playing the number one team. What have they got to lose? And they came out and they were spirited. They played hard. It was 1-0 at half. We missed a lot of opportunities, and we looked a little bit lackadaisical, a little slow. And we challenged them at halftime, and they came out in the first 2 minutes, scored 2 more goals, and we're up 3-0. And then we were able to sub and play everybody on the team and able to control the game and take care of business. But NJC had a couple of players that were holdovers from the year before that we knew about that were very dangerous. I don't know if they got a whole lot of opportunities to score, but 1 or 2 times they were able to break through and had shots a little bit further out. But overall, it was one of those things where get through it, manage it. And our girls knew, and we told them, hey, you got to win this game to stay. The game was to get within 2 points of Western Wyoming because their season was done. Mm-hmm. We knew we had to win both games over the weekend to secure the home field. And so I think that was a little bit on their minds, and we were trying to get them to not think about that too much. But overall, we were fine with the way we played.
Yeah, a 3-0, it's not like a complete blowout, which, it's not necessarily always in soccer, but I feel a 3-0 win is like, hey, we came to play, we played our game, and we were able to do it.
Right. And that's all we were after at that point.
So going to same NJC, straight into Lamar the next day, 3-0 result, same thing, I feel like.
Yeah, same thing. You could tell, and Lamar's season was over, but we weren't sure. How are they going to approach it? Are they going to give it everything again? And again, it was more of the, listen, if I'm playing over there, it's like, hey, we get it. This is the last game of the season, but let's go knock off the number one team. And they came out and they were playing hard. We were controlling it, but they were spirited. It took, I think, about 15 minutes or so to score, and then Taylor Miller had a couple of goals for us. I think it was 2-0 at half, and then Macy Sickler ends up scoring a goal, which broke the single season record, which was held by Emma Getz, who was here last year. So she broke that record by 1, and she's our leading leader with goals and points for the team. And so she's in a good spot that if we continue, that she may have a good shot to certainly be first team all conference, but maybe even the offensive player of the year in the league, which I certainly think, because her goals were against really good quality opponents, and she's had just a really good year for us. So yeah, we end up winning the game. Again, we get to secure
number one seed
for the tournament, which is certainly what you want. Makes it hopefully it makes it easier on you or gives you a little bit of an advantage if you want to call it that. But so we're excited for that.
Well, and I know there's pros and cons to being the number 1 seed because you get the bye with our region because it's only the top 6. So then it'll be 4 and 6 that'll play, and 3 and 6, and 4 and 5 will play each other. But you get that kind of that break. And for your team, I feel like it was really beneficial because you didn't deal in with a whole lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Getting players healthy was probably key on your mind.
Right. Yep. And it did. I think going into this game, it'll be the first game other than the very first game of the year where we have everybody healthy. Everybody can play. And so we certainly want to like that because you have all your options. Now it's a matter of, are we in the right shape? And we don't want to mess too much with the chemistry of the team, but it's a better problem to deal with than not. We look down there, I don't have 6 players that can play today, rather than you have options to be able to put kids in the game. And but it'll be a challenge. Laramie's always a good team. They're always tough. Every one of the 4 teams left all have very distinctive styles on how they play. And so being able to do what you want to do better than them is really what it comes down to.
Absolutely. And I mean, I'm going to go backtrack just a little bit though, because you mentioned about having enough players. I know when it comes to playoffs and just postseason play in general, you got to get your roster down to 25. Tell us about, that's got to be tough. You've been playing with these girls all season. It's like, you love every one of them. How do you decide?
Well, we weren't sure because we had some injuries up until maybe again about during this bye week when we were off, where everybody ends up being cleared, and so we had to narrow the roster down by 1 player, and that it can change, but that where it's at right now is 1 player still trains, still does everything with us, but you can't suit them up during that game.
Right.
So they're not off the team. Any of that means, and but yeah, that's a tough one because everybody wants to feel they're connected, even if they don't suit up that day. I'm not understand. I don't quite understand the rule on why they do that, but that's just been a rule forever, and that's what we've had to do this week. So, but we'll handle it. We'll be in good shape.
Excellent, because like you said, so you got LCCC this Saturday, 11 o'clock, Casper College Moraine playing fields. We always love having you on our home field. It's a wonderful feeling. We can have all of our fans there to support you. You've beat them last time 2-0, and we talked a little bit about that, especially with Taylor Miller coming in and having that limited time. What can we expect this time? It's a whole new season. Like they're playing a whole different.
Yeah, I mean, we watched them play, Gillette the other day. They did a few things in that game which were a little different than when they played us before. Listen, they're a strong physical team. They'll play with a lot of confidence because of their history. They were last year. I think they were the 3 or 4 seed, and they ended up winning the region tournament, going to nationals. So I know that's on their mind. Mm-hmm. We were in the same position last year. We were the 1 seed, and ended up going to penalty kicks and losing in penalty kicks, which can happen. We just know it'll be a physical game. It'll be very spirited, I think. I think the first 15, 20 minutes of the game will say a lot as far as, who comes out and is really kind of able to implement their style or their thought a little better. And I'm not going to give away the farm by saying what I think we're going to do. Right. But that, and then at halftime, what kind of adjustments can we make? Last time we played, 0-0 at half, and we went into the second half. Again, it wasn't so much that we were going to change what we were doing, but we changed some personnel. Again, Taylor Miller, who had been hurt, steps in and creates a great assist, and it would go up 1-0. And then a few minutes later, Amber Lynn scores a great goal from just outside the 18, corner of the 18, on just a beautiful upper 90 shot.
Nice.
And Laramie missed a few. Emmy had to make 3 really big saves in that game to keep him out of the goal. We missed a couple of others as well. It could have gone either way. From a statistical standpoint, it was even, other than we won the game 2-0. So we don't go into the game thinking, we're just going to blow them out.
Right.
We know it's going to be it's going to be a tough game. I have no prediction on what I think the score could be. For us, we end up with the 1 seed because, well, we beat the other teams, but they were all 2-0, 2-1. So it's not like nobody was blowing each other out. And all of those, all the other top 4 teams against each other, similar results, a tie or 2 in there or a 1-goal victory. So the top 4 teams are all very, very close. So we anticipate all the games will be very tough.
Absolutely. Yeah. We look forward to having a great matchup this weekend. So, Coach, if you can what do you want your girls to do that will mean you'll have a great result this weekend? What is it, that one thing that's like, okay, if they do this or if this happens, we'll have a good result?
Yeah, I think it's 2 things. Be confident and be calm. The confidence of just believing that, hey, we've done this before. We can go out there, let's play our game. And being calm and not panicking, not giving turnovers, giving the ball away too early. I think when we play that way, we're very, very good. When we do other things, and it changes, it doesn't allow us to do what we're good at.
Mm-hmm.
So those would be the 2 things I think that we're hope that they do best.
Well, we're excited to watch, excited to see it. Region semifinals, 11 o'clock here at Casper College, Moraine playing field. I'm excited, Coach.
Thanks. We are too.
This is gonna be some great soccer. I'm ready, man. Let's go. You made me wait a week. I haven't watched Casper College soccer in over a week, so I'm eager to watch. So fans, be there, please. Bring your popcorn, get that butter on it, and we hope to see you then.